Right, morning coffee and some drama, guys. I've got a couple DMs that I woke up to about cleaning fees. Um, YouTube's a remarkably small world, isn't it? And there's only a few of us who really have conversations about short-term rental stuff. There are some new creators that are saying some cool stuff too, so I'm not going to leave them out as we go on with these debates. But cleaning fees, man, I've talked about this for years, and I've been on both sides of the fence. You guys have seen me flip-flop, and because of that, I've had to validate my positions about whether or not you should use a cleaning fee and the consequences of whether or not you have one. And I've included a playlist. I have over 20 videos on cleaning fees, right? Just to show you that I brought receipts on this conversation. 75% of you should not change this. You should have a cleaning fee. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you the history of cleaning fees in this video and a live stream, because live streams are fun. Hi guys, my name's Rocky Jeech. This is the world's largest short-term rental YouTube channel ever. We're about to cross 300,000 subscribers. So subscribe if you're not there yet. It'd be really cool if you pushed it over. And please do like this video. I think there's also, you could just throw some heart emojis and stuff. Lives are really fun. But cleaning fees started because Airbnb had a problem to solve. And hotels, they don't have the same problem because it's a functionally different product, which isn't our advantage, by the way. The fact that we're not a hotel is a great thing. By the way, I'm in a coffee shop. If the audio quality is trash, let me know in the comments. I apologize in advance. But since Airbnbs are single individual units, disjunct from like an overall operating system, there's a cleaning cost for any Airbnb. Airbnb was like, we need to find a way for hosts to be able to, yeah, the cleaning fee debate. That's right, Tracy. Airbnb hosts needed to find a way to track a one-time expense into the value delivery of their product. Where hotels, what they will do is they'll mass market a building and throw hundreds of people into a building, and then every day they have people who are paid by the hour, like $11 an hour, pushing a cart down hallways, cleaning all these units. And did you know that a cleaner in in a hotel, usually their quotas be like between 14 and 20 doors. They will clean 14 to 20 hotel rooms a day, one person. There's no way that your housekeeper can even clean your big 5-bedroom house by themselves in a day. They need a second person, right? That's how amazingly inefficient we are compared to to hotels. But that's why we have a different product and we have to fight a different way, right? So Airbnb created the cleaning fee as mostly as an internal metric for hosts to be able to like lop off this one-time expense and then charge the guests the daily rate. Well, because Airbnb thought there needed to be some empathy between the guest and the host to create understanding, they made the Airbnb fee public, right? They made it public to create understanding. So an Airbnb guest would shop around and go, oh, this house is really nice. I only want to pay $400 a night. Oh, but I understand the house has to get clean. I'll pay the extra $300 one-time fee, right? Then Airbnb hosts started to abuse the cleaning fee. This was 2014, 15, 16, hosts started to load tons of money into their cleaning fee in order to prevent one-night stays. Because the way that this would work is there'd be a final cost at the end of a reservation. How many of you have been here since 2014? You let me know if this is something that rings a little familiar. You'd have a $200 per night cost. You know you can get $200 a night. But then you'd have these parties or these guests who stay for just one night and ruin your calendar, or maybe stay for just a Friday. So instead of you raising your Friday night rate or your Saturday night rates and miss a booking, you would just raise your cleaning fee by an extra $200. So if somebody wanted to stay for Friday for $300, the cleaning fee was $5, so make it $800 for a night. But $300 each night on the weekends would be $600, plus $500 cleaning fee would be $1,100 for 2 nights. Add another weekday, now it's $1,300 because your weekdays are 2, so it's $1,300 for 3 nights. People were gaming cleaning fees to create what they could have just used a multi-day discount for. But a lot of people don't like using discounts or rule sets or stuff. They wanted to just have a weekly discount at 10%, monthly discount at 12%. And it's because of this abuse that Airbnb got bad media. Right? If you guys remember that, all these people on Reddit were like these stupid cleaning fees, and what did Airbnb do? And Airbnb added a button to the top right corner of search. And I would like you guys to open up a laptop right now if you can. They created a button in the top right of search that toggles on and off this total fees thing. So people can bypass cleaning fees and management fees in order to get to the final price, no nonsense. Now, I did skip a small thing. Airbnb made a short stay cleaning fee, which it doesn't really matter in this, and Airbnb also added hidden fees, like management fee. which is something that I want to tell you about that you can use in this equation too, as a way to combat these it's like disconnect between hosts and guests, because guests are pissed about the fee. Because now let's talk about the guest side to bring this all full circle. Guests don't know any better because guests are not business owners. And that's where this rift came, where Airbnb initially made cleaning fees public because they thought it would create understanding. It actually created misunderstanding because Airbnb guests only know that hotels don't charge a cleaning fee. They don't know that hosts or hotels don't charge a cleaning fee because their cost to clean is $4, right? They don't know that it costs $4 to turn over a hotel room. And so like Airbnbs don't have that type of efficiency, so hotels can run what would be an effectively a $0 cleaning fee strategy. And then somewhere along the way, Airbnb overreacted to this and even gave a boost to no cleaning fee listings for a while. They've removed this rigid all or nothing approach. And this is where I think we have a modern misunderstanding of cleaning fees now. Okay, I'm going to tell you what to do here in just a hot second. But $0 cleaning fee is no longer supercharged like it used to be. Okay, Airbnb has right-sized their cleaning fees into the algorithm in a scale of, per se, your fairness. They're looking to kill price gouging. So Airbnb has created what they believe to be an internal metric, kind of like I talk about the price value index in our pricing strategy videos. If you guys follow my algorithm and pricing strategy videos, this applies to the cleaning fee. It's one of the line items here. So you can even use a software to find this out, but you can do this on Airbnb right now, potentially. I'd like you to go to the Airbnb platform and search for your area. And I would like you to try to like zoom into a neighborhood where maybe there's like a couple hundred listings, and I'd like you to search for a search on Airbnb that could include your property. Do like an I'm flexible search for May. What's up, Bethany? Thanks for tuning in. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna notice the first 6 listings will have 6 hero photos. Then I want you to go to the upper right and I want you to click no cleaning fees or all fees included and let it reload. You're going to notice that at least 2 of those hero photos should change. And what this is telling us is there is a separate algorithm rating for listings based on whether or not their final price is good, meaning that Airbnb is still giving an algorithmic boost to listings that have a cleaning fee when that toggle is not turned on. I'm going to let that sit in one more time. Search number 1 includes listings that hide their final price with a cleaning fee. Some listings are higher on search. Then when you toggle to final price, listings where their cleaning fee is too big go down and other stuff comes up because the final price is better for the value representation of search. So Airbnb is actually taking 2 waypoints. I'm trying to say it like this. With the toggle on, Airbnb is looking at the final price waypoint. Your final price is $2,000. Do we like you at $2,000? Will the guest like you at $2,000? So that doesn't happen again. That was rude. Okay. Thanks for the trailer. If Airbnb likes you at $2,000 final price, then what they'll do is they'll show you so that way you'll get clicked. This is important. Airbnb is waiting whether or not somebody's going to take the next step in the funnel, which is just the click for this for part of their algorithm. Now, if that toggle is off, where they're not showing final price, now let's say your price is $1,400 because you have a $600 cleaning fee. They're going to say, do we like this person at $1,400? Okay. Hey, good morning. And will the guest now be able to click on this listing for $1,400? So they're caring about conversion percentage here. So if your cleaning fee is big, but your hero photo is nice and your title is nice, that you have a healthy click-through percentage, right? Because Airbnb is looking at your active current algorithmic data, your click-through percentage and stuff like that. If your cleaning fee is high, you have healthy clicks and they like you at this price point, they're going to show you. But if your cleaning fee is too high and then somebody clicks toggle full price, all things bundled in, now that you're $2,000, Airbnb doesn't trust it and you'll get pushed down. So some of your listings need to have a cleaning fee in order to compete with other people in one half of the algorithm, okay? The other half with final price, it won't even matter. It won't matter if you have a cleaning fee or not, as long as we take a final price approach, right? So if you're $2,000 with a $0 cleaning fee, or you're $2,000 with a $600 cleaning fee, when somebody toggles that on, it won't matter, okay? So for part of this argument, we just ignore the question. It doesn't matter where your money goes. In that version, It only matters that you know how to balance your books, because it's going to cost you money to clean, okay? But this other half, let me tell you about the times that a cleaning fee is bad, okay? If you have small apartments, which I have a ton of these, so I've tested this data, small apartments where people extend last minute, right? Let's say this is the morning of the 11th, and somebody wants to now check out on the 12th. If you have a cleaning fee, a lot of our pricing strategies need to drop our prices last minute, and we know that somebody's going to pay a final price of like 80 or 90 bucks for like a Thursday or something like that in a small unit, very last minute. Well, if $40 of that was a cleaning fee, you'd have to drop your rate to 40 or 50. Now somebody wanting to extend will only extend for 50 bucks. That's very, very bad, right? So for small units and for private rooms where somebody might extend same day, last minute in the morning, cleaning fees will ruin your ability to get the daily rate because you've had to lower it artificially to make room for your cleaning fee. This is almost the only time that you do not want to have a cleaning fee, okay? It's like the only significant time that you don't want to have a cleaning fee. Now, houses, a lot of you have houses. $0 cleaning fee does not work for houses. I'm sorry to tell you, there's just no mathematical way for this to work. What Airbnb does though with houses is they want to make sure that your cleaning fee is not too high. And unfortunately, Airbnb sets this internally based on probably rooms or number of guests that you sleep, maybe averages within the market, and they create a bell curve. We don't exactly get to know. It's most likely a bell curve. And then you're going to get ranked in there based on fairness, because Philadelphia cleaning costs are higher than in Dallas, right? And they probably have two different numbers for houses in Philly and houses in Dallas. If your cleaning fee is 400 bucks and Airbnb thinks it's unfair, I think my thing just died. So if your cleaning fee is 400 and it's not fair, they'll push you down. If you've moved it to 370 and you're suddenly fair, they'll push you back up. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to right size your cleaning fee so that way you still get good algorithm performance. Even if your cleaning fee is a little bit less than it actually costs you to clean, you still need to make sure that your cleaning fee is sized for your market. Which means what you guys actually need to do is do what I've been trying to convince you guys to do for 5 or 7 years, which is to pay your housekeepers by the hour and to manage them to make sure that they do their job within a quota of time. That's what I recommend you do. And so if you do what I do, and even if you don't pay as low as I pay, you guys might disagree with how much hourly I pay, you could pay housekeepers $25 an hour. And at $25 an hour, you will still pay less money than you're paying right now, I guarantee you, in almost every single market. Now, in some markets like New York or Miami, San Diego, $25 an hour might be the best you do initially until you find better employees. Here in Dallas, we can get under $20 an hour for our housekeepers. And at 20 bucks an hour, we're probably paying about $30 a cleaning, $70 for a house, 70 bucks for a 3-bedroom house, okay? I guarantee you, you can drop your cleaning fee by paying by the hour, even if you're not doing as good as me, and then you can lower your cleaning fee to fit in with the rest of the world, all right? But to go back through time, Airbnb made the cleaning fee to create a one-time expense that was trackable, which is still valid for you. If you remove your cleaning fee, you're gonna have to find a way to balance your pricing strategy to completely consider that a one-night stay will have some fat in it, and you will accidentally undercharge for a one-night stay and you'll get taken to the cleaners. And to not allow one-night stays because you don't have a cleaning fee will create a price inefficiency problem for you that'll lead to a lack of occupancy, okay? This is another factor I want you guys to try to wrap your head around. Price inefficiency is just a natural part of being an Airbnb host. We are not hotels, we have fat. And you still need to find a way to be able to have a best case scenario one-night stay and a 2-night stay to fill in gaps in your calendar. You're not gonna get 7-day stays back to back. You're not gonna get perfect booking behavior. And if you suddenly need to have a 3-night or 4-night minimum just because you went no cleaning fee and you're afraid of getting taken, that is where your problem is, and other hosts are going to beat you to death. This is not an industry where everybody wins anymore. Sorry to tell you that. This is an industry where every new host that comes in that does a good job knocks someone down the ladder. So your evolution is not to find a magic bullet for your cleaning fee. Your evolution is to lower your cost basis by running a real business. Now, I've had over 50,000 reservations, 150 properties, made tens of millions of dollars on Airbnb. My students have made over $1 billion. One of my students that started hiring by the hour started saving $8,000 a month. Bottom line, $8,000 a month went back into profit from paying his housekeepers by the hour. And that's just one example. That was immediately after I did a webinar on paying housekeepers by the hour. Huge bottom line growth. That amount of profit to the bottom line could be the make or break difference that would have kept a company like Stay Alfred in business. Stay Alfred went out of business because they overpaid for leases, overpaid for furniture, overpaid for housekeepers, and they failed to raise money during COVID because they had all this waste. If they ran for 3 years with a more lean cost basis, they might have had an extra $5 or $7 million in their pocket, and they wouldn't have gone out of business because they didn't pay their housekeepers by the hour. These little bits add up. So with houses, I recommend 3-bedroom house. If you keep your cleaning fee ballpark 100 in most markets, you should be fine. But go into your market and search and look at everybody else's cleaning fees and try to find a way to settle in. There's a really cool hack. Shouldn't tell you this. This is like something that's super nerdy. But a cleaning fee can be a little bit bigger if your place is more pretty. There's an emotional relationship for guests that on the back end, they will pay more money if your place is a banger. If your place is kind of ugly and lean and economical, they won't pay as much. So if you have an ugly property, slightly lower your cleaning fee because you don't have as much emotional power to get the sale mid-funnel. And mid-funnel is when somebody clicks on your listing. Now they're in the middle of your funnel. They're through the awareness side. They know your listing exists. They clicked on it. But now that they're in your funnel, looking at your listings and your copy in the mid-funnel section, they're not going to have as much of emotional pull down your funnel because your listing's a little boring. So a lower cleaning fee lowers the inertia or the resistance to book. If you have a banger of a property, looks like the Taj Mahal, you can raise your cleaning fee because somebody's going to be so enamored with your listing, they'll pay a little bit more on a cleaning fee. So you can actually eke out a little bit more profit, you know, mid-funnel, based on how emotionally strong your listing connects with the customer. That's a real fun pro tip. You can absolutely charge a pet fee. And this is the part that I thank you for this. I think you just helped me get back on track. Airbnb had to create adoption with the concept of fees. Pet fees, cleaning fees, everything else like that. These public fees, even though there was a pushback by a bunch of really ignorant people post-COVID, which the hotel industry helped push that anti-Airbnb, anti-cleaning fee sentiment, even though that really did happen, there's a huge basis of people that book on Airbnb that know what cleaning fees are, that know what pet fees are. There's an established base of customer. Airbnb is no longer getting the growth that they used to get. They're not getting a ton of new customers, and those new customers are more likely to indoctrinate into Airbnb culture because it's matured. So because there's an established base of customers, we don't have to hide these fees or be ashamed of them because customers will play by our rules. So yes, have a pet fee, have a cleaning fee, and do those things because we're going to get adoption, or we have adoption. We don't need to pander for adoption, if that makes sense. So with that said, guys, ask your cleaning fee questions down below. I did a webinar on how to reprice your listing. It's called Target Price. If you needed to reprice for no cleaning fee strategy, I did a webinar years ago on that. So for any of you with small apartments and private rooms, including homes that use a split strategy, which is something that we've talked about before, yes, you can go $0 cleaning fee, and I've got a webinar to teach you how to reprice your listings for that if you want to. But I will tell you, you need a cleaning fee because Airbnb has just created a retrail for their algorithm that allows people to bypass fees in their consideration. And if you notice that your listing performs better on the algorithm with a fee than without a fee, keep the fee. You can even use maybe RankBreeze. I'll call RankBreeze and ask them to do us a favor. I'll ask them to make another version where you can do a side-by-side. I'll see if they can do this, where they can weigh your first page impressions with the toggle on Airbnb and with the toggle off. It'd be cool if they actually did that. And we can get down to the bottom, listing per listing, whether or not you should have a cleaning fee or whether your cleaning fee is too high. The answer, in summary, is not just whether or not you should have a cleaning fee, but how much should it be? And the only use case for a $0 cleaning fee are listings that have last-minute extensions, okay? I'll go to war on this. Thank you for following my videos and supporting me on my little journey hosting with you guys. If you have video requests, anything I can teach you, put them in the comments. I love you guys. I'm gonna get back to work and I'll see you on the other side.